Hello, I thought of one more thing I want to talk about. Uh, the other day, a friend asked me, I've noticed you have been making a lot of videos lately. He also must be looking at my views. I said, well, what's behind that? What's got into you? not what's got into you, but what's the reasoning behind it? And I just want to talk about that a little bit. I barely have a 1,000 subscribers, and I've yet to achieve the other goal post that YouTube keeps moving from me so I can get monetized again. I made my first check like 12 or some odd years ago based on views alone, and then it stopped because they instituted, you have to have 1,000 subscribers before you can get monetized. Now I have 1,000. Now they added another requirement. Not only do you have to have 1,000 subscribers, but you have to have, in the last 12 months, you have to have 3,000 hours of viewing time. And I'm like 2/3 of the way there or something. But that's, I guess, originally I thought that would be my motivation, but it's not really. I won't go into detail, but 2 years ago I had a serious health issue, which you can look back at the videos and find out what that is. But I don't know, I look at this as part of my rehab slash therapy slash I'm trying to do everything I can to keep my brain exercised and also to kill two birds with one stone while walking and talking at the same time. Because I'm not surrounded by a lot of people, and I don't get much time to express myself, and so I kind of use this as an opportunity to do that. See if I can string a few sentences together, unlike some presidential candidates. But anyways, so I'm still feeling some of the effects of my health issue. Occasionally my speech will slur a little bit. I seem to have struggled more than I used to. I mean, it seems to be a progression, but finding the right word that I want, and anyways, during this time, soon after, I thought I could maybe get a Social Security disability and take it easy and just focus on the things I want to do, and that wasn't in the cards. That was denied, so I had to go back to work after like 4 months off work. But you know what? It's been a blessing in a sense. I could barely type. I could barely handwrite. I could slurring a lot of my speech, and so I was real nervous about going back to work. But you know what? Most of it's coming back. I don't slur my speech very much. My typing is probably as good as it's ever been. I've picked up my guitar again in more serious, with more serious intent. Although I still feel the effects of that, but that's coming back to 80% maybe. And then I'm trying to do like a Sudoku puzzle. If you've ever heard of that, it's very popular. Every airline magazine has several Sudoku puzzles in there. But I tried to do at least one a day, and I bought this book that goes from very easy, medium, difficult, very difficult. And I got through the whole book. Once I got into easy, I mean the process of going back and completing the puzzles I didn't do the first time because I wanted to quickly test my level, test my ability. So once I got the hang of one level, I didn't finish, and I'd skip to the next level, and then skip to the next level. And so now I'm just, before I go shopping for another book, I'm I'm going back and completing those puzzles, and it's amazing how after my health issue, the first time I tried to do a puzzle, Sudoku puzzle, I'd become pretty good at it. When I was working for the airlines, I would buy at the dollar store, I'd buy a puzzle book and then slowly work through it, and I was getting pretty good. But then after my health issue, man, it was like shoveling the snow off an old driveway, trying to make those pathways. They were full of snow, and it was like trying to make those pathways again. And you know what? I'm beyond where I was before. So, and I've heard people, many people say with this health issue that I had, try to stay active, try to stay working, and just in general, people when they retire tend to slow down and get rusty and die slowly. And so I'm trying to work that off. I hope I can break the rules record in my family. We don't have a very good pedigree for living very long, especially men or women. So I try to do that. I started back skiing, and you can see those videos on YouTube. After 40 years away, and it was rough and ugly at first, but you know what? Slowly coming back. I don't know if I'm as good as I was in high school, but I'm getting pretty close. I'm taking it slower, of course, and more deliberate about it, but oh my heavens. I think that is the secret to long life. Keep moving, keep working, keep doing. In Japan, I read this somewhere recently. They said the peak of a man's work life in Japan is something like 60 or no, 70. Like what? And therefore, you'll see lots of presidents of companies are in that age range. Maybe not on everything. There's not as sharp as it used to be, but in terms of judgment and wisdom and that sort of thing, they said the height is like 70 years old. And I thought, okay. And it was strange that my wife's previous boss, a Japanese guy, at a Japanese restaurant that he owned here in Salt Lake City, a very famous, I guess I can say it, Kyoto restaurant. He sold that, and he worked in it till he was quite up there. But then he was always doing something, like a zillion other business ventures, and then we ran into him and his wife at the supermarket in Salt Lake a while ago, last year before I started skiing. And he's 83 or 84, something like that, and he's still skiing. And that's right after this conversation is when I decided I'm going to do it, because for a long time my son-in-law was egging me on, that's the right word, encouraging me, trying to get me to join him in his newly acquired skiing, love of skiing. And he was going out, getting season passes, but going every week by himself. Didn't have anyone to ski with, except on occasion. And so I said, okay, I'm going to do it. So last year I started back, and I loved it. And I've already bought my pass for this season. It's the Ski at 3 pass, which is like $110 or something like that. Ski every day from 3 o'clock. When everybody's going down the hill and we're going up the hill, pull right into the front, and skiing, you know, 5 or 6 runs before the lifts close. And it's not the greatest, especially in the spring. It was starting to get kind of, the sun would go down and the slushiness would turn to iciness, and that was kind of scary for a little bit. But there were some nice, wonderful powder days, and which took some getting used to. And so anyways, keep moving, especially you older folks. And I haven't been keeping out about it, but just how Japan is all about staying active. There's this woman, I think she calls herself an aerobics teacher, and I was watching the video. You know, she's 94. What's her name? I can't remember her name. Taki-san, I think it was. Taki-san? Would that be it? But anyways, I watched a few of her videos and I said, man, I haven't kept up on it, but I said, if she can do it, I can do it. And she was putting me to shame, especially soon after my health issue. Putting me to shame at 94. So, yeah, this wanting to retire and, you know, go sip Mai Tais on the beach. It's a recipe for dying young. I'm telling you, stay active, keep moving, keep doing projects, and I think I've talked enough about that. But oh, look at these wild turkeys. Can you see these wild turkeys? Let's see. There's a bunch of wild turkeys right there. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so thank you for listening. That's why I do this, even though there's only 10 people watching. You know, I have no ambition of being a Joe Rogan or anything like that, but you know, I respect those guys. Oh man, would I love to make money on YouTube? Yes, but it's secondary. It's just a habit to stay alive, a hobby to help me stay alive. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.